Take a moment and look around you. Whether you're in your backyard, a local park, or just walking down the street, we live in a world overflowing with stuff. Every day we use things, wear them out, and then toss them aside without a second thought. Our trash bins fill up, and landfills grow bigger, packed with items that once had a purpose, but are now just cluttering the planet. Let's focus on something you see everywhere but rarely think about. Car tires. Every year, millions of tires reach the end of their journey on the road. Instead of rolling along highways, they end up as massive, unsightly mountains of black rubber in landfills and junkyards, taking up space and creating environmental headaches. It's a dirty, stubborn problem. Tires don't break down easily and they're tough to recycle. But what if those old, bald tires could be given a second chance, a new purpose that's both practical and surprisingly rewarding? Sure, you've seen tires turned into swings or garden decorations, and those are great. But what if we could take it a step further? Imagine using those same tires to actually grow food, turning trash into something you can eat. Sounds a bit wild, right? But stick with me because this idea is about to get even more interesting. We're about to transform what most people see as roadside waste into a miniature productive farm, right in your own backyard, or community garden. And here's the best part. You don't need fancy equipment or special skills. This isn't some high-tech, complicated project. Anyone, kids, adults, families, can do it with just a few basic supplies. All you need is an old tire, some good dirt, and a handful of seed potatoes. That's it. With these simple ingredients, you're ready to start growing your own food. We're about to turn a useless rubber donut into a vertical potato planter. A clever, space-saving way to grow more food in less space, while keeping tires out of the landfill. This is a hands-on, satisfying project that not only tackles the problem of waste, but also rewards you with fresh, homegrown potatoes. Imagine digging into the soil and pulling out your own harvest, knowing you gave new life to something that would have been thrown away. So, the next time you see a pile of old tires collecting dust and sunlight, don't just see trash. See potential. Future French fries, baked potatoes, and hearty stews, all grown from what others might ignore. This is upcycling at its best. You're not just recycling. You're creating something new, getting closer to your food and making a positive impact on the planet, one tire at a time. Sure, it's a little messy. You'll get your hands dirty and you might break a sweat. But the reward? Delicious, homegrown potatoes, and the satisfaction of knowing you made a difference. Are you ready to see how it's done? Let's roll up our sleeves and dig in together. Grab an old tire, scoop up some dirt, and let's get those seed potatoes planted. You'll be amazed at what you can grow from something most people throw away. Who knows? Your next meal could start with a piece of trash and end with a plate full of homegrown goodness. Why is this more than just a quirky project? At first glance, growing potatoes in old tires might seem like a fun experiment or a creative way to save space, but there's a much deeper reason behind this idea, one that connects to the health of our planet and the future of our communities. Because it's smart and sustainable. Using tires for gardening is a clever way to make use of something that would otherwise go to waste, and it's a step toward a more eco-friendly lifestyle. Every tire you use is one less in a landfill, where they last for centuries. Tires are notoriously difficult to break down, and millions end up in dumps every year, taking up space and leaching chemicals into the environment. By upcycling, you turn waste into a valuable planter for food. Instead of letting these tires pollute our earth, you're giving them a second life, one that helps you grow your own fresh produce right at home. You save resources and prevent pollution from tire dumps. Every tire you rescue is a small victory for the environment, reducing the need for new materials and helping to keep our neighborhoods cleaner. Tires are free, durable, and easy to find. They're built to withstand the elements, making them perfect for outdoor gardening projects. Plus, repurposing them is a great way to save money and reduce your carbon footprint. The black rubber absorbs heat, warming the soil, perfect for potatoes, especially in cooler climates. This natural warming effect can extend your growing season and help your plants thrive, even when the weather is less than ideal. So, you're not just growing food, you're cleaning up the environment. Each tire you use is a small act of environmental stewardship, showing that even simple choices can make a big difference. You're reducing waste, conserving resources, and creating a warm home for your plants. It's a win-win for you and the planet, turning a common problem into a practical solution. It's a practical, efficient system that turns a problem into a productive solution. With just a few old tires, you can create a thriving garden bed that produces healthy food for your family. This is about seeing potential in what others throw away. It's about reimagining waste as opportunity and finding creative ways to make a positive impact. And that's a lesson that goes far beyond the garden. When we work together and think outside the box, we can solve big problems, one small step at a time. With a can-do attitude, you can change the world, one tire at a time. Let's get growing and show others how easy it is to make a difference, starting right in your own backyard. Your eco-friendly potato patch awaits. By choosing to garden this way, you're not just feeding yourself, you're helping to build a greener, cleaner future for everyone. Time to get your hands dirty. This is where your potato growing journey truly begins, and a little preparation now will make all the difference later on. First, you'll need to find your tires. Local auto shops, tire retailers, or recycling centers are excellent places to start your search. Don't be shy. Most of these places have more old tires than they know what to do with. In fact, most places are happy to let you take a few off their hands, since it saves them the trouble of disposal. Just ask politely, and you'll likely drive away with a trunk full of potential planters. When choosing, stick with standard car tires. Truck tires might seem tempting for their size, but they're much heavier and harder to handle, especially when stacked. Standard car tires are just the right size and weight for this project. Once you've got your tires, it's time to clean them thoroughly. Use soap, a stiff brush, and plenty of water to scrub away any dirt, grease, or debris. This step is crucial, not just for appearance, but for the health of your plants. Rinse the tires well to remove all soap residue, then let them dry completely in the sun. Sunlight helps kill off any lingering bacteria or mold, and ensures your tires are ready for the next step. Concerned about chemicals leaching from the rubber? You can line the inside of each tire with heavy-duty plastic sheeting or landscape fabric. Make sure to poke several holes in the lining for proper drainage. Potatoes hate soggy roots. This simple barrier creates a protective layer between your soil and the rubber, giving you peace of mind and healthier plants. Don't rush this prep work. A clean, safe tire is the foundation for healthy, thriving potato plants. Take a few extra minutes to inspect each tire, making sure it's spotless and ready for planting. Take your time here. It really pays off later. The more effort you put in now, the easier the rest of the process will be. Think of this as prepping your job site before the real construction begins. Just like a builder wouldn't start on a shaky foundation, you shouldn't plant in a dirty or unsafe tire. Don't rush. Your future potatoes will thank you for your patience and attention to detail. Healthy prep leads to healthy harvests. With your tires now clean, lined, and ready, you're all set for the next exciting step. Stack them up in your chosen garden spot and get ready to build your potato tower. It's a little elbow grease now for a big harvest later. Every bit of effort you put in at this stage will pay off when you're digging up pounds of homegrown potatoes. Let's move on to building your potato tower. This is where your hard work starts to take shape and your garden begins to transform. The groundwork is set. Let's stack, fill, and get ready to plant. Your potato adventure is just getting started. With your clean tire ready, pick a sunny spot. Potatoes need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. Lay down cardboard or newspaper to block weeds, then place your tire on top. Fill the tire with a mix of half compost and half potting soil or garden loam. Add perlite or sand for better drainage. The goal: loose, airy soil for easy tuber growth. Fill the tire to the top, but don't pack it down. Water gently to settle the soil, just enough to moisten, not flood. This is your potato tower's ground floor. It may look like just a tire full of dirt, but it's the perfect start. You've blocked weeds, created a container, and set up nutrient-rich soil. A solid foundation is half the battle. Now it's time for the main event, planting the spuds. Grab your seed potatoes. The real magic is about to begin. Let's get planting. Time to plant the stars of the show seed potatoes. Don't use grocery store potatoes. They're often treated to prevent sprouting. Get certified seed potatoes from a garden center or online. Chit them on a windowsill for a few weeks to encourage sprouting. Small potatoes go in whole. Large ones can be cut, each piece with at least one eye. Let cut pieces dry for a day or two to prevent rot. Plant pieces 4 to 5 inches deep, eyes up, spacing 3 to 4 per tire. Don't overcrowd. Space is key for healthy roots and a good harvest. Cover gently with soil and water lightly. That's it. Planting done. Now, wait for green shoots to appear. The journey from trash to treasure has begun. Your potato plants are on their way. In a week or two, green shoots will emerge. When plants reach 6 to 8 inches tall, add another tire and more soil, covering the lower stems. This hilling process encourages more potatoes to form along the buried stem. Repeat as plants grow, stacking up to 3 or 4 tires. Each layer means more potatoes in the same small space. Without hilling, you'd only get a few spuds. With it, you maximize your yield. It's a simple trick for a big harvest. Your potato tower is now a vertical farm. Now, it's all about maintenance. Check soil moisture every couple of days. Tire stacks dry out fast. Water deeply when needed, especially as plants flower. Consistent moisture prevents cracked or hollow potatoes. Keep your tower in full sun and watch for pests, especially Colorado potato beetles. Inspect leaves regularly, pick off beetles or eggs and drop them in soapy water. Water, sun, and vigilance are your main jobs. This routine connects you to your food's life cycle. You're not just growing potatoes, you're protecting them. The effort you put in now pays off at harvest. Stay attentive, and your spuds will thrive. While your potatoes grow, here's some trivia. Potatoes were the first vegetable grown in space. NASA did it in 1995. They're packed with potassium and vitamin C, a true superfood. Potatoes originated in the Andes and have fed billions worldwide. Meanwhile, over 1 billion tires are produced each year, and recycling them is a huge challenge. Using tires in the garden is grassroots recycling in action. You're part of a tradition, connecting ancient agriculture with modern industry. It's a cool story to share over your homegrown potatoes. You're making history in your own backyard. After about 100 days, the green tops will yellow and die back. Time to harvest. This is the moment you've worked for. Tip the tire stack over onto a tarp or lawn. The soil and potatoes will tumble out, no digging required. Sift through the dirt to find your spuds, from tiny new potatoes to big bakers. Let them cure in a dry, shady spot for a few hours to toughen the skins. Brush off excess dirt, but don't wash until you're ready to cook. Look at your bounty. You turned trash into treasure. You saved waste, learned a skill, and grew your own food. This is what it's all about. The effort is worth every bite. It's a dirty job, but the reward is delicious. Now who's hungry? Serve up your homegrown potatoes with pride. You've closed the loop. From landfill to lunch.